Okay, TNS! Tanong and sagot. That's what TNS stands for.
Oh, there you go.
And this is our public...
First time ni...
Yeah, I think, first time, yeah. Public service natin to for the win viewers. And for the win viewer at I am Carl Garcia he asks, if a team loses, should we blame the coach? Actually, pagkatanong pa niya, pag natalo ba ang team, dapat ba agad sisihin ang coach? Answer.
Parang yan yung trend sa PBA eh.
I think trend sa lahat.
But yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Like you see so many coaches in the NBA being replaced and puro sila pa mga playoff teams na nakakaawa naman. But in the PBA, parang it's even more evident na parang nag-start kay Coach G, sobrang bilis, di nabibigyan ng chance to prove themselves. And yun nga, like what you said in the previous episode, parang it's so convenient to blame them kasi ang dali niya palitan. Parang
isang tao lang
isang
yun.
tao lang siya.
Yeah.
Na wala ka. Tsaka hindi siya yung tipong kailangan mo pang dumaan na sa trade.
Yeah.
Na ang dali-dali
Yeah, it's easy.
they're the easiest scapegoat.
Minsan, hindi mo ka lang tanggalin eh. Maglagay ka lang ng,
Oo, tama
ng
ka
ibang
dyan.
tao na ano.
Tama ka dyan. Ibigay mo lang sa iba yung clipboard.
That's right. Yeah, yeah, okay.
It's what happens, but it's not fair.
It's not fair. Why is it not fair?
Kasi, yun nga, feeling ko nga, because it's so convenient to blame them, because they're so easily replaced, which is so wrong, because they're a prominent figure in a team, and a team's success largely depends on them as well. If you change the coach, isipin mo, it's so easy, but then, if you change the coach, you change the entire system.
Yeah.
That, mahihirapan din yung players, like, with what we've been seeing a lot in the PBA lately.
Okay, Charles.
I mean, maybe I'm biased, but coaches shouldn't deserve all the blame naman kaagad. I mean, it's the easiest, we're the easiest, or the coaches are the easiest people to blame nga. But, you know, people have to understand there's so many factors in why a team loses. I mean, the coach could have the best game plan, but if the players don't follow it, you know, it won't work. Of course, you could say that it's his job to get his players to follow. But sometimes, for one reason or another, it's not executed perfectly, the game plan or whatever, and you know, that's a big reason why you could lose. Minsan, open shots, bad shooting day, hindi makashoot mga player mo. Ano magagawa mo?
Yeah.
Minsan, pangit tawag ng referee. Ay, joke lang. Hindi pala yun dahil natatalo yung team. Pero, no, I'm just, in any league, not just in the PBA. I'm just talking about basketball in general. But, you know, it's one of the toughest jobs talaga. No job security. Anytime they want, they can just replace you. You're as good as your last game. And, you know, it's tough. It's tough for coaches. It's not easy to get a group of guys to play. But at the same time, also, some coaches should deserve the blame rin, you know.
That's true.
Nakikita niyo naman if the team's not prepared. And it starts in practice. There's some, you know, you hear stories about how some coaches are like, no names, but, you know, wala, ang gulo ng practice nila, wala silang wala, disorganized talaga, walang game plan, walang preparation. And kung ganun, fine, he deserves to be replaced. But for some coaches who work so hard talaga prepare their team, and minsan wala ka talagang talent eh. Kahit ang galing mong coach, pag wala kang talent, you're not gonna win.
That's right.
I mean, Phil Jackson, 10 championships, or 11. 11 pala. Puti wala si Magu kundi yari ako. 11, but has he won one without Jordan or Kobe or Shaq? Well, you know, I mean, he's won without Shaq, but you know, he's had arguably the best players in basketball. Same thing with Spoelstra. Now he's one of the best coaches. He does have LeBron James. So, you know, I mean, a lot of it has to do with the players rin. So, pag wala kang player na magaling, hindi mo lang pwede sisihin yung coach.
I think Popovich can win with 5 mop men.
I think he's like a medyo
I think he can win with 5 mop men. It's unfair. It's terribly unfair. While there are instances na tama si Charles, there are instances na talagang deserving pauwiin si coach. Deserving tanggalin because disorganized, not prepared, unprofessional, whatnot. Pero mas marami, I believe, mas marami yung situations we're in, mas madali lang talaga tanggalin si coach. Kasi isa lang yun, as opposed to replacing all your 12, 13 players, di ba?
It's hard. Kasi if the coach and the player can't get along, it's the star player to, di ba? Usually yung coach. And I don't know, for me, minsan rin mahirap sa coach na pag inutusan ka ng may-ari to do this, do that. Will people know? No? Like, let this guy play. I want him to play. What can you do? He's your boss.
Yeah, and I also think that it puts coaches in a bad light. Wherein para bang failure pala tong si coach eh. When in fact he was probably just not given enough time.
Yes.
One of the things that I have a problem with is I think organizations are more patient with their investment sa players. They pay them a lot. You draft them and then you give them like 3-4 years to sort of mature. And then you watch it if they see if you can bring you to a championship.
Yes.
A coach hindi ganun eh. A coach is never given a sort of time frame, or at least there are cases na parang dapat si coach sana bigyan mo ng like a 4-5 year window. Let the coach grow with the team. Let the coach make mistakes as most professionals will do, and then let everyone grow as a team, and then eventually they will reach your goal.
Well, minsan ganun eh. Like, even in the NBA, they'll say, oh, it's 3 years, we know it's gonna take time. Pero after 1 year, fired
Wala na,
agad eh. Once
because of certain pressure or whatever.
It's hard eh. Yeah. But
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Totally agree.
Yun lang, sa akin lang kasi, and you know, and because ako, I've seen firsthand how hard coaches work at all levels. Grade school, high school, college, and the PBA, and it's just no joke. And I just feel bad for coaches who work terribly hard, and then they get treated that way. Unfair lang eh, medyo unfair. Again, not saying that some people don't deserve it. Some people deserve to be canned, but I just hope na maiba rin yung attitude, so that mas marami sana yung mga Coach K. Pero hindi ganun kadali yun eh. So,
it's hard eh. Kasi lastly, I just like that. Kasi minsan, you know, when people judge them afterwards, it's easy to second guess because it's in hindsight eh. Alam mo na ano nangyari, but at that situation, it's not, it's totally, it's tough. But, you know, you could say, oh, he should have fouled. Let's say everybody was second guessing Pop. He should have taken dunk. He should have kept Duncan in the game. But what if they got the rebound? Would anybody have said that thing? So minsan parang, you know, it's tough talaga eh. But ganun talagang job ng coach.
yeah, ako lang, I just wish this episode, well, it's not gonna affect anything. You know?
It's gonna change the whole world.
It's not gonna affect anything. Pero sana lang eventually we see a sort of cultural shift. The way or schools and organizations treat their coaches na parang, you know, give them a more generous time frame so they can really sort of like, you know, learn and grow with the team. It's probably not going to happen. But
Probably not, Nico.
But then again, I just feel for the coaches.
Charles.
Hindi naman ako head coach kaya
For the coaches. Mabuhay ang mga coach!
Go, Coach K!